Hello again and welcome to Kabbala Revealed. I'm Tony Kozenek. Over the past 12 weeks, we have been looking at important concepts in Kabbala. We haven't covered all of them, but it's time now to take what we have been looking at and to focus on what the goal really is, figure out what the target is. You see, in coming to study Kabbala, the first part of the process is about defining the goal, eliminating things that are of no use to us, defining those things that we can use, and then how to use it. And really the whole process even after that is a refinement of keeping the aim on the target. Now, last week we talked about structurally about prayer, what prayer consists of. Now let's look at what prayer is from a feeling state, the inner part, what a person experiences. Let's define the target now in the work of Kabbala by taking a look at what it is that we're actually asked to do to change in our inner state in order to reach what we call equivalence of form with the Creator. And what does it mean to go above reason in the work? We've seen that in various articles. What does it mean to build a second nature above the nature that we were given by the Creator, to go in the work by opposing the dictates of our lower nature that control everything that we do? We are going to investigate this by looking at the article Lishma by Bala Salam. Now, Lishma means for her sake, for her name's sake. And Lishma means the state that we need to reach in order to attain equivalence of form with the Creator. He begins. In order for a person to obtain Lishma, one needs an awakening from above, because that is an illumination from above, and it is not for the human mind to understand. But he that tastes knows. It is said that taste and see that the Lord is good. So, in the first place, this thing that we have to attain is not within our nature, and our nature is defined as the will to receive for myself alone. That is, no matter what action it is that we find ourselves taking, no matter how it appears in this world, no matter how altruistic its outward quality is as an action, we're still doing it based only on the parameters of our nature. And that the nature of Lishma requires awakening from above means that because it's not in our nature, it is something we have to obtain outside of it. And there's no way for us to truly understand what this is within our nature. That is, we can't really use our mind, what we call our reason, in order to proceed in this process. We don't disregard the normal things that our mind tells us, but its purpose in spiritual ascent is completely different from its purpose in our day-to-day lives, getting the things that have to do with our survival and the happiness of our lower nature, which is our animal. So it won't be by means of our mind that we're going to proceed here. The only way that we can proceed is, as he says, taste and see that the Lord is good. That it's going to have to be something not in the mind, but something yet tangible to us. How we experience things, what the overall feeling is, what the greater experience within us actually is. He continues, because of that, upon accepting the burden of the kingdom of heaven, one needs for it to be in utter completeness, meaning only to bestow and not at all to receive. Very, very important. When a person determines that they are going to begin this work of a direct contact with the Creator, a very clear line needs to be drawn as to what it is we're trying to achieve. This state of lishma is not sometimes to give and sometimes to take. It has to be a complete grasp, but you must enter the state totally. So the desire for it also has to be complete. And when a person decides to do this, they aim at not fooling themselves. They aim at looking very carefully what their actual responses are to things. And he continues, if a person sees that his organs do not agree with that idea, he has no other counsel except prayer, to pour his heart to the Lord, to help him make his body consent to enslaving himself to the Creator. Now, don't get put off by the word enslaved. Bala Salam is writing all the time from how it feels within our experience. So from the will to receive, the idea that we would move to a state where our inner intentions would only be in order to receive in order to bestow, that is not for myself. At the beginning of the path, this feels like, this is enslavement, or I will disappear, or so on. But you must keep in mind that we're not talking ever about trying to control the normal desires of our animal level. These things we don't have to deal with. It'll confuse you to start thinking that way. All of those things that you need for your survival, for your daily life, for your family, for the simple pleasures of your existence, these things don't have to change. We're not speaking about taking a special diet or making external actions or don't do this and do this. We cannot control what's placed before us that compels us to have to act, even our own desires. The question is not, what am I doing? The question is, why am I doing? So if we can't depend either on the circumstances or and our own intelligence, it's clear that the whole purpose of these things happening for us is simply so that we should realize that we require light from above, that this